So the rest of Week 11, let's hit it right here. Is Kyler Murray going to go? Do you think? What are you hearing about on the injury front with one of the star role players of a team that's lost a couple out of their last three?
Well, on Football Night in America, we explained that he was making progress, and if the progress continues, he'll play. One of the big factors here is that they have their bye after this Sunday's game against a very desperate Seahawks team. So do you give him that extra week? And a lot of it depends upon just how comfortable the Cardinals ultimately are putting him out there. And you could say, well, if he gets banged up a little bit, if he has a little aggravation, he's got 2 weeks until his next game. So I think that given that there isn't a ton of margin for error if you are trying to win the division with the Rams, and they got a little bit of a bonus on Monday night when the Rams lost. You don't want to extend one loss to 2 in a row going into your bye week, and I suspect he's going to play. And maybe they'll be watching him closely. If there's any sign of any aggravation, then they'll get him out of the game. But I suspect he's going to play.
What about this Sunday night, Football Night in America with Big Ben? Do you think he's going to hop on a flight in the next 24 hours and play 48 hours from now?
I don't know of any player who has been able to come back faster than 10 days when vaccinated and testing positive for COVID. One of the inducements to get guys to choose to be vaccinated is, hey, if you're vaccinated and test positive, you get to come back if you generate a negative test within or at a minimum of 24 hours apart. But it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen within 10 days. It doesn't happen within 5 days. We've seen it with 7 days, et cetera. It'll be 8 days for Ben Roethlisberger. I'd be surprised if he ends up being able to play. But ultimately, it's not like any other injury that you can, tape your ankle or whatever. You either test negative or you don't twice, at least 24 hours apart. And, the fact that it's in L.A. is another complication. If they were playing at home this weekend, he could, I guess, in theory, test negative, mid-afternoon on Sunday and be good to go.
So that's Sunday night football. And then the Cleveland Browns, they took Nick Chubb and Felton off of the COVID list today. So it looks like he's going, right, for Cleveland this weekend?
Yeah, the one thing to remember, though, and Chandler Jones went through this, he missed a game because he was positive for COVID, and then once he came back, he missed another game because he'd lost like 15 pounds while fighting COVID. So when you plug a guy right back in, we had this question last week with Aaron Rodgers, you plug a guy right back in, is he going to be ready to go in 48 hours when he hasn't been around, when he hasn't been practicing, and when he possibly has had some negative effects of that positive COVID diagnosis? So it's wait and see, but he's back, which is the biggest hurdle to clear if you want to get on the field, but it wouldn't be unprecedented if for some reason he's limited or just flat out unable to go.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.